Alright, we are live. Sorry for being a few minutes late. I kind of forgot to update the game on my laptop.
Arknights.
But here we go. So today, we're gonna do Eblana's event.
よく休めましたか、ドクター。
Because I got time. I have all these new notifications. But yeah, my sanity's capped. Here we go, when Elegies are ashes. So I guess we'll learn more about Eblana and her situation with Reed, because that was kind of left open-ended after the whole Victoria arc. But yeah, I'm expecting all that to be closed off here, but we'll see. And where's the currency? I was decorating the currency before we start. Originally left, but never originally left, and in Dark Woods. This is organized. One tradition terms brought back is wearing an Originium lamp at the hips. Once people would take them into the Dark Woods, but now those bodies have been scattered by the wind. Not even shadows are left, only shattered lamps. Alright. Wait, hold on. Any week 1 medals. Just 15 endpoints. 4 and 8. No more than 6 tickets. Okay. Alright. Anyhow, let's begin. Walk through the cold night. Stories, ballads, bonfires. Those gathered here have nothing, yet also everything.
To reclaim her kingdom from the foes, the Red Dragon of Greed sought the aid of a shadowy force, the dark mist that haunted in the forest. The Red Dragon breathed the fire of death, while the dark mist herded their foes into the blazing flames. Thus, the battle was won, and the kingdom was hers. The thorn-choked fields began to stir with life once again. Yet the deadly fire still crept across the land. The fields withered. The living faltered. The newborn perished before they could bloom, while the passing lingered, bound to this land. The Red Dragon would not abide the death going unrestrained. Her wish was firm. Life to life. Death to death. Resolute in her purpose, she sought to cease the spreading fire. As Samhain drew near, she gathered those touched by the tainted flames into her lair.
Okay. Voice acting jump scare, what the hell? I did not expect that. And that is the story of the Red Dragon. But what comes after? What about the people tainted by the flames of death? There is no after. That's all I've written. That simply will not do. Everything has an ending, and those endings don't much care if you think they'll do, miss. Huh. That's the first time I try that. It's pretty cool. And yet, it is for an altogether different reason that you hide yourself with this dilapidated pub after publishing your work. How ridiculous. Oh, hello. A lot of things are ridiculous. Do you simply enjoy keeping people in suspense? Is your spirit soothed by tales of readers desperate to know the ending? Some overly enthusiastic messengers did manage to find me to deliver some fan mail. You must have been rather pleased. Please, I didn't even read them. Just tossed them into that fireplace. How impertinent. Moreover, not a single story in your collection doesn't cut off unceremoniously. Truly impertinent. It's simple, really. I can't write an ending to save my life. You'd best head home now, miss. You're clearly well educated, and a ramshackle pub like this doesn't suit you. Don't fret yourself over those half-finished stories. Why the hurry to show me the door? Perhaps I can help you. The author takes a measure of the woman once more. Even with the hood over her head, he can see how pale her face is. She must be very sickly, he thinks. The moment she arrived in this abandoned building, she went straight for the pub. She had clearly done her research, and seems unlikely to give up anytime soon. After ruminating, he picks up a sticky mug left among the cards and chips strewn across the table and downs a mouthful of rancid beer. Alright then, what kind of ending were you thinking? Why should I be the one to come up with it? You're the writer, not me. I simply wish to offer my own story, to spark your imagination. Your own story? Wait, are you another survivor? Did you also narrowly escape death in that city last autumn? Only those who have experienced the truth for themselves would recognize what your stories are based on. Well, go ahead then, I'm all ears. Very well. Deep in the ruins of the former royal capital of Tara, long since destroyed by catastrophe, on one uneventful yet peaceful day, the flame burning in the metal stove was snuffed out. This was no urgent matter, but the red dragon came all the same. Does it resist being lit? Or is that not even an ominous outsider, newly come after centuries of silence, can relight old longings and resentments, near worn away by time? Or perhaps I simply need to be less reserved. A purple flame dances around the stove. Under its light, the red dragon's face looks even paler than before. Oh, whoa. Are you awake? Or must I remind you who you are? The pathetic red dragon who cast aside his crown and wandered the wilderness for 20 years, only to be murdered by his closest kin on Earth has returned. La Bretiac, the exiled king, correct? It truly is a pity, seeing someone still in shock at his own bloody death, 600 years after the fact. 600 years. Give or take, the true date of your death has long been forgotten. I'm shocked, yes, but not on my death. More at the fact that, after 600 years, the Dracos have once again produced an aberration spewing the flames of death. They even let you go to adulthood without strangling you in the crib. Interesting. Did the Victorians bid you ruse me from death's slumber, or did you hide that ridiculous crown from them beneath your bed? Victoria no longer yokes the Red Dragon. The Tara of today heeds no foreign master. Not bad. Tell me then, is it popular to wake the dead to deliver good news these days? But sorry. But I've nothing to reward you with. Now that's all, you best be on your way. With my flames burning within you, you won't be ending this after a few trifling pleasantries. I don't know how to say that. La Britec? La Briathec? Ending? My ending came long, long ago. You're the one with unfinished business, yeah? You look so done. Look, I get it. They're the flames of death, after all. They'll get you into all kinds of trouble. Life and death getting jumbled up, herds of undying beasts, newborn cubs having their lives snuffed out before you know it. The works. So, how big a mess are we talking? A field? A city? A countryside? I set all of Tara alight to free her from Victoria's heel. You what? Let her be razed to the ground. Let Tara become a nation of the dead. Either way, the flames of death will seek out new kindling. Or so I thought at first. But allowing so many lives to fade away simply because I am out of ideas, well, that would be awfully imprudent of me. And so I came to you. Tell me, what should I do to cleanse these deathly flames from the fields of Tara? If only that were empty bluster. Go ahead, use your imagination. I've heard enough. What I'm about to say isn't for you, but for all the people still willing to call themselves Taurans. Those tainted by your flame and marching towards death have been renounced by life itself. They will never return to them. This goes without saying for the corpses marching behind you, obviously. But the same holds for those who still live yet walk like the dead. There's no medicine that can save them. Gather them together, so that their fires do not taint others. Appeasement. Is that all you can suggest? Of course not. Next, find another red dragon. It's when you haven't already slaughtered your kin, of course. Find a real red dragon. One whose flames warm others' lives. Let things return to as they once were. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, life to life, death to death. Read? Is that all you know? It is, ignorant young dragon. And it seems you don't know much more than I do. The red dragon does not even bother to sneer at him. She simply turns and leaves. She passes by a ruined home, faint yellow candlelight seeping through the cracks. This is the wilderness where the dead roam. No one should be living here, and so she knocks on the door. Who are you? Who I am is unimportant. What's important is, why are you living out here? I came because there aren't any Victorians here to knock on my door and rob the food I dug up myself, along with my savings. 5 years ago, at a night like this, a wicked caster came by, killing the Victorians as they closed in, step by step. I offered him beast meat, grains, and freshly brewed wine, but he told me he didn't need any of it. What he needed was fire, a fire fueled by those who would happily burn themselves away. And so my only son, Keith, left home and followed him. What a noble soul. Then, 3 years ago, someone knocked on my door in the middle of the night again. It was Keith. My Keith. He no longer spoke, or wept, or even breathed. He just stood there, his body covered in purple flames. How tragic. It gets worse. I buried him, but he refused to rot away in the earth. Instead, he dug himself out, and now his corpse is wandering endlessly in the wilds. Which is why I'm still living here. Are you one of the caster's friends? Are you here to lay Keith to rest? I am. Ah, here he comes. A walking corpse, wreathed in purple flame for all to see, shambles towards the two. The red dragon presses the point of her spear against the corpse's chest. The fire rages so hot that it sears away its flesh in an instant, leaving nothing more than ash. But an idle thought crosses the old man's mind. The fire did not seem to burn out, but instead went up along the spear to return to the red dragon's body. And what of you? You're also tainted by the purple flames of death, are you not? The old man licks himself over, but sees no flames licking his body like they did with his only son. But to the dragon, the flames consuming him was even brighter than that of the dead. If you mean sorrow, anger, and hatred, then you're right, witch. The Victorians taxed me in coin, while you and your ilk taxed me in blood. Together, you've taken all I have. I've been empty inside for a while now. The only thing keeping me standing here are those so-called flames of yours. Then what if I were to take them back? What would you say to that? I'd say you're late. The old man closes his eyes, facing the point of the red dragon's spear. You can feel the fires of anger and sorrow propping him up, burble as they flow into her hand. As they leave his body, his mortal consciousness leaves with him. He can sense that death is near, but considering how stagnant his life has become, he no longer fears it. But the fire suddenly stopped flowing. Why? Why won't you kill me? Because you no longer need to be killed. The spirit once told me that life will never again grace those tainted by the flames of death. Now I see he was right. Now I see that he was right, the red dragon answered coldly. How's that for an ending? I took what I heard from the old man and added a bit of spice. It shouldn't be too jarring of an addition to your story, I would think. Throwing in the ghost of the legendary exiled king, are we? It'll do, But do you really need the ending to my story at this point? What you've seen clearly differs from what I saw. I'm gonna see it through your eyes, hear it through your ears. You're not one of those bored tossers into piercing together the truth, are you? I have never once considered the truth boring. Ha! Well, seeing as we both managed to make it out of the hellhole alive, I can pass you all the drafts I abandoned in the process of observing, thinking, and writing. But as for how these stories actually end, I couldn't say. Since you were talking about the Red Dragon, how about I start there too? The writer pours another half mug of beer directly into his belly, glances at the woman with a hint of provocation, then begins to tell his tale. If you have ever made the journey to the Red Dragon's lair we call Nasayorsi, no matter how briefly, you will never forget the dark woods along the way. They are dismal and damp, filled with a gloomy mist and fae who love playing tricks on men, a labyrinth of darkest black. Fae. Those like fairies? It is said that, of all the people who have entered, not a one has ever left without the forest's permission. Even if it does open its bowels to allow you passage, the mischievous fae will still lead you astray, jeering at your clumsy movements all the while. But once they finally leave you be... Oh. It will become as beautiful as a painting that should not exist in this realm. The Red Dragon, along with the people who have followed her all this way, step into the lair without the slightest hesitation, leaving that beautiful sight behind them. The Nasayorsi, how do you say that? Sayorsi? Sayorsi? The heart of Tara, the Red Dragon's lair. Which Red Dragon, you ask? Guess you really do enjoy piecing together the truth. You must be thinking I think you don't know a damn thing, so I'm trying to mislead you. Well, since you're already so well informed, no need for me to beat around the bush. Wow. That's a pretty CG. Low shiny. Nasayorsi, the heart of Terra, the Red Dragon's lair, we're finally here. Thank heavens. The whole trip from the Skathana fields has felt like a long one. Oh, has felt like a one long dream. Will my family really be safe here? This land is more than just idyllic pastures and fields. Terra's capital was never directly involved in the Lindnium's war, but there's been a never-ending spate of infiltrations and noble rebellions going on in the background around the Sayorsi. Especially after the Red Dragon marched her troops towards the Lindnium. It wouldn't be incorrect to say a minor war took place here. Sorry, Reed. I was just happy as can be. I didn't mean anything else by it. No, a homecoming should be a happy affair. Know any songs about the city of the dark woods, Moran? Only the one, and it doesn't really fit the mood. Oh, just sing it. I stepped to the dark woods one morn, calling the mist of horror. I trod upon the road heading out to war. No pipes a singing nor battles drum a roar. Only the bells behind me, through dew and fog the rings do soar. This whole way back I've been trying to come up with a new verse to add, but I've been lacking inspiration. You seem to be more anxious than before, Reed. Was the tune really that much of a downer? No, it's nothing to do with the song. It's a good song. Low Shining does not finish her sentence. Behind her, the refugees step out into the forest, one after the other. Or step out of the forest, rather. Compared to the display of leaping colors it just emerged from, Nasayorsi seems stiff and dour. However, aside from Low Shiny, nobody minds. All they know is they have finally ended their long sojourn. They have reached journey's end. They have returned home. Ooh, about time. So what next? Someone will be coming to help us once they're here. Low Shiny spots a figure slowly walking over from the city. It must be the man here to greet them, but the last time they met, he had wanted to kill her. She subconsciously puts her arms out to shield Morin at her side. Why are you here? I have come to welcome you. What? I'll be escorting you to Nasayorsi's to meet with Her Highness Eblana. Don't worry, you'll never have to see me again, not unless absolutely necessary. Indeed, The issues we could resolve without meeting, she and I already resolved on the gas trail. And please follow me. As for your entourage, due to security concerns, I will make other arrangements for them. No, they are Terrans too. They must enter with me. I promised them. While I would love to acquiesce, truth be told, the majority of our citizens are unaware that there is a second red dragon, namely you. I can guarantee that they will be kept a secret. This is where you and Her Highness disagree. Then do you mean to say that my sister will ensure they do? This is precisely why I must bring them into Nasayorsi. Oh, hello. You look cool. We don't often get like NPCs with glasses either. I may have an idea that would satisfy both parties, if you care to hear it. I brought you here, Wake Woman, not simply as an overseer for settling citizens, but also for your discretion in sensitive matters. I hope this idea of yours isn't mere wishful thinking. If so, know that even you will no longer be welcome to Sayorsi. Cersei? Of course. The Wake Woman. As you eloquently put it, Sayorsi is indeed unable to so readily open his gates to our errant countrymen. But I'm headed to the village of the Wakemen tomorrow to ask for some sacred instruments. Seeing how these people have nowhere else to go, I can have them stay at the village for now. Wakemen? Isn't it some sort of code name plucked straight from the old legends? My people have been relegated to song and story for many, many years, true. Those of us who live around the ruins rarely ever leave. I'm just an oddball. Which is why I can promise you that. Well, no word of the Red Dragon will leave the village. I really want to trust you, but... Are you really one of them? The Wakemen? Moran? Before my great-grandma passed, she asked for a traditional burial held by a Wakeman. Our family searched all over the best we could, but never found one. All we could do was pass it off as the ramblings of a dying woman. But she was a woman with her head on straight, not the type to mix things up with legends. If she says something's real, it's as real as can be. Besides, I've heard many stories about your kind. I'm willing to trust you. And please don't betray that trust, Wake Woman. Naturally. Alright. What's it you, Mr. Brigader? Go. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of cool NPC art. Nemos. Who are these people? Sorry for making trouble for you, even after I left. They're Terrans with no place to call home. Nasayorsi can't take them in the moment, so I thought maybe... We made an exception many years ago by not forbidding you from leaving. We have even less reason to admit these strangers we know nothing about. What if we're not here to be admitted to the Wakemen, man? Moran? Once, when I still dreamt of being the wandering bard, I collected the legends of the Wakemen, sought out your people, and told your tales. But in the end, my dreams of both bardhood and Wakesmen were shattered to pieces. Only now, when all I want is to go home, do I run into you. If the legends are true, you people live ascetic lives. You only come into contact with outsiders to hold funerals, letting the souls of the departed find rest in fire. Correct? We came here with... No, we're just folks from all across Tara seeking refuge. Not one of us is qualified to join you. We're just looking for a place to stay for a day or two. I promise you, we'll follow your laws and customs as best we can. We won't trouble you any more than we already have. Which is just around the corner too. I'm not too sure if your people hold harvest festivals, but if you need any help, please feel free to ask. Samhain. That is the true name of what you call the harvest festival. It would seem you really are different from the city folk. There are some abandoned huts outside the ruins. You may clean them and stay there. Thank you. Or rather, go right in my agat. Is there anything else, Nemos? The Dublineers in the city want to hold a victory party to celebrate Tara's liberation. I promise I'm going to ask you for some of the sacred instruments. They show Taran unity and represent the importance of tradition to the nation. With Samhain almost upon us, we have none to spare. Have you forgotten? But even if we did, we would not give them away. I only requested them because of how much they value the old ways. Then why is it that not a single denizen of Lana Sayorsi has come to us to request a funeral since the city became independent? We can tell the difference between remembering a name once forgotten and dressing yourself up in the name you've read in a history book. But if you cannot return empty-handed, then take this whistle and go. This is just an ordinary whistle. It is the highest honor we can give them. The Wakemen do not stand with the living, nor do we require their reverence, until, of course, they are dead. That is the tradition of Dublin should be honoring. Alright. There is the prologue. And as usual, I'll do like half of this event today, and then I'll do the other half tomorrow. I'm assuming it has 8 stages, like usual. Yeah. So I'll go like to like 4 or something. A1, title page. Why have you come, self-exiled? Should I do a 3-star score? Why not? Extra, read all about it. The Victorians are retreating, not fighting. Tara has gotten back all its territory. Peace will be restored to all of Tara by Samhain. Stop the cart. I've been ordered to escort you directly to meet Her Highness with no delays. Before I meet her, I need to see with my own eyes my sister's city, post-war Tara, the survivors and civilians, have their new lives finally begun. If you insist. How much time has passed exactly? They didn't really give a date. But the people are not yet prepared for 2 red dragons. Of course I know that. Just take these. These knives, axes, and bowls are all made of iron. They make for good materials. I beg you, Kulan, take them. And you have to melt them down and make some eyes for our statue. Autumn is almost over, and mornings in Nasayorsi are cold and damp. A pair of scarred, weathered hands rub against the cold and dry metal goods, much like a soldier running their fingers over a metal of valor in wartime. The people yell out his name, hoping the broken tools in their hands will be accepted, smelted, and used by the hero to forge the statue. The hero. Yes, the hero. Every story needs a hero like that. Whoa. Oh, is he from Minos? Theo, come help carry this stuff to the workshop. I mean now, Theo. I'll help you sharpen your knife tonight. What a lazy brat. This is what you get for pampering him too much. He's definitely Minoian. How do you say that? Minoian. No, I mean, it doesn't matter if that boy's around. Just take everything, please. I can't take everything. Well, I need these tools to get by, and that goes double for your pathetic leg. I know fine, aren't I? That wooden leg Nemos made is only temporary. Once better craftsmen arrive in town, they can repair your iron one. But you're making a statue to commemorate our victory in the war. When that'll be displayed in the main square during Samhain. Frankly, it'd be an honor for my rusty old leg to be a part of that. No means no. Just take it already. It's all old stuff we're thrown out while cleaning anyway. No one's got any use for them. What's wrong with these bowls? They look perfectly fine to me. He has pretty distinct art. We could use clay ones instead. As for the axes, we just shared the few we've got left. This is nice NPC art right here. The war just ended, and the city's short on everything. If we don't help you, how would the statue ever be finished? Still, I can't accept to use prosthetics, no matter what. You're a great man, my hero, but you can be so stubborn. Oh, hey, Reed. Lo Shining slowly walks into the crowd. For some reason, she feels as though there's something separating her from them, as if she's looking at them from the other side of a bonfire. Excuse me, what are you all doing? A new face in town? I haven't seen many of those lately. Where are you from, Boyver? I returned to Tara from a place far, far away. See, Kulan? If you just take everything without a fuss, you wouldn't have embarrassed yourself in front of our countrymen from afar. This is very fairy tale-like. It's interesting. My answer is still no, not the prosthetic leg. The other stuff, fine. Why are people donating their pots, pants, and prosthetics? Because we all want to erect a statue in the square of for Samhain, to celebrate Tara's rebirth. It's to celebrate Samhain. I've only ever come across a festival in Taran folklore. It's held after the autumn harvest and before winter, yes? And it's meant to connect the shore to the next. You know your stuff, Waver. We used to just celebrate the harvest every year. It was the Dublineers who told us about the festival's historical origins. So we sweep our houses, prepare feasts for our guests, and most importantly, light bonfires. And the day when life and death intertwine, we welcome all visitors to the banquet. There's so much to do. And since this is the first Samhain since Tara's rebirth, it should be even more grand. Good thing too. Otherwise, Kulan will never accept our old pots, even if he had to tear down his own house instead. Speaking of, do you have any iron of your own you'd like to donate, so the hero can add it to the statue? They call him a hero. Is he like an actual hero from Minos? All I have in me is a bookmark. I think it's made of iron. Will that do? You don't need to listen to her tearing from afar. Cause that'd be so cool, dude. I'm still waiting for a Minos event. I've been waiting for like the past like 4 years now. So what sort of statue are you making? And once we do get a Minos event, I hope for a palace altar. Because that'll be amazing. A red dragon to celebrate Tara's rebirth. A red dragon. So yeah, I wonder if they're just calling him hero just to call him hero, or maybe he's actually a hero from Minos. I'm telling you, Kulan, if you don't take my prosthetic leg, I won't leave until you do. Then I suppose I'll have to pick you up and carry you back myself. Ugh, you and your gigantic muscles. By the time Samhain gets over and the statue has been erected, we'll all be living the good life. And we'll be able to make as many prosthetics as we want. Just imagine, a massive dragon statue standing tall in the night. Even through winter, its flames will remain lit, just like in the legends. Why, it'll be enough to drive off the man-eating mist. And we wouldn't have to obey that blasted curfew anymore. The curfew is an order approved by the Red Dragon, put in place to ensure our safety. I know that, of course I know that. As they speak, more and more people begin to gather around them, until the alley is completely blocked. They each carry all manner of things meant to be melted down for the statue. Kulan patiently receives each new visitor as the objects at his feet begin to pile up. He's quite a large man, but even he can't carry all of them at once. Allow me to help you, Kulan. Oh, no need for that. My apprentice, Theo. Can you really count on Theo, though? We have no idea where that rascal ran off to. He talks a good game, but sacks off when no one's watching. Typical Victorian. And how old was he when his parents died? Does he even remember Victoria? So what's your name, friend? Reed. Have you found a place to stay yet? You're welcome to stay at my place for the night. You wouldn't want to be wandering the streets during curfew, that's for sure. I think I do, but a curfew? You mean the city has lights out bell? Not quite. Victoria used lights out bells to suppress the Tarans. Nancy Yorosi's curfew is to safeguard us. The black mist lingers in the dark woods, shielding all of Nancy Yorosi from outsiders, but at times, it also drifts into the city streets. The curfew is meant to prevent anyone from encountering the mist. It permits no trespass. Anyone who enters without permission will never return. You mean the mist really eats people? Listen to yourself. You come all this way, and this is what you ask about? Look, things will be better soon, just you wait. Now come with me, I'll show you around Nasa Yorsi. What about the man building the statue? Kulan, was it? What is he going to do? I know a bit of arts. Perhaps I can help him. Oh, don't worry about him. He's a genuine hero. He wants to dispatch an entire Victorian scout in the dark woods. Unfortunately, he was a bit of a softie at the last moment. He's the only one willing to put up with Theo's nonsense. All by himself? Really? Well, in the woods. The force has always been on the tyrant's side. Ugh, stop changing the subject, Reed. Just come with me and have some ale and stewed meat. It'll warm me right up. You must know that you've come home at the perfect time. Phew, well at least there are still potatoes in the store. Damn, look at the time, I'm late. Who's the one charging through here like a wrecking ball? Theo. Sorry, I'm just in a hurry to get back. I didn't mean to bump into you, sir. Here, let me wipe that off for you. You dare to disrespect me, no? Or two? What? No, maybe I misspoke. I was just wondering if you need him help. Stay away from me. Damn. The man raises his cane and strikes Theo hard on the chest, knocking him away. The morning mist is long since gathered in the uneven crevices of the stone pavement, forming murky puddles. Caught off guard, Theo stumbles backward and falls straight into them. You Victorian scoundrel, who do you think you are? How dare you offer me charity? Ugh. Put that cane away. What's going on here? Oh. Are you okay, Theo? Brigade. I'm fine, Bridget. I'm fine. I crashed into him first. A ruthless nomad and the Victorian mongrel. Could ask for a more perfect pair of lowlives. You're not exactly making your ancestors proud, Bridget. What's that supposed to mean? Huh. Forget the Victorian mongrel. What about you? You're descended from the exiled king, from the very clan that's supposed to warn the Terrans of impending catastrophes. Yet here you are, mingling with the likes of him. Okay, interesting. Even during the war, you never cared whether your own people won or lost. You just closely toss those battle reports into the citadel, then go door to door delivering those meaningless personal letters. Are you not even fit to call yourselves Terrans? So this is the only place you have to go? Why not just go back to Kulan? I need to wash my clothes first. Should be quick. You need to worry about me, Bridget. Of course I'm worried. I came here just to see you after all. Huh. How is a place wrecked by war and left to rot any better than Kulan's workshop? At least there you'd have to forge, keeping you warm and hot meals. No. It's just that I don't want to cause them any more trouble. Please, don't tell Kulan about what happened today, okay? I'll be on my way as soon as my clothes is dry. I'm not here for him, Theo. I'm here for you, to take you away. Take me away? Did he say something to you? Just what sort of relationship do you have with him anyway? If I hadn't shown up today, were you going to take the beating without fighting back? My instincts are never wrong. If you stay in the city, they'll just keep finding new ways to push you around. Today, they served you into a puddle and beat you with a cane. Tomorrow, who knows? Anyhow, just come with me. I could take you to the plains or anywhere else you fancy, up to you. You and me, we don't belong here. And if you've got nowhere else to go, you can always head to Nemos' old place and stay with the Wakemen for a while. I do want to see them, after all the stories Nemos has told me. But I can't leave, not unless Colin asks me to. Nemos has no time to look after him, and the dragon statue isn't finished yet. What would he do if I just up and left? But still, thanks, Bridget. If you say so. Then I'll take you back to the city before I leave. No, don't bother. It's cold out, so my clothes won't be dry for a while. I'll go back then. And if all else fails, I can always take shelter in that abandoned home. Someone left a quilt and bed sheets there, and I've stayed there before. It'll be fine. If you really don't want to come with, well, I suppose it's safer here than risking a trip to another city. So not even Kulan looks after you all the time, huh? He has more important things to do. I should be making things easier on him, not giving him something else to worry about. Well, goodbye then. Take care of yourself, you hear? We're here. Like I said, you've come at the perfect time. Today we have fresh ale, stew, and oatmeal. If only we had a bonfire. Shouldn't you save that for some time? According to the old customs, we can actually light it a few days before Smine. Then again, the war just ended, so we really don't have much in the way of firewood. We can't just start chopping down trees either, because of the curfew. At any rate, it's still light out. The sun can be our bonfire today. But that's enough chit-chat. Take a seat. I'll make room for you. Lo Shiny steps forward. In the damp, chilly air, each dish and the lavish spread on the table has the same familiar scent. Warm, rustic, and simple, yet not what it seems. She looks around, concealing her surprise, only to find that no one else finds any of this unusual. Is this stewed meat? Yeah, this here is the meat. These are grilled fins, and your cup is full of ale. Oh, right. And we also have oatmeal. I'll go grab you a bowl. But all the dishes appear to be made of the same thing. Huh? They are made of potatoes, right? Their statue is bowls. Their bonfire is the sun. Their feast is potatoes. As the friendly resident goes to fetch a bowl of oatmeal, Lo Shiny stands up and walks towards the cart and burden beast that has been waiting for her the whole time. Weird. Her Highness will return very soon. Please wait here. And this place is Nasiorsi's Citadel. The highest point in the city is just up the steps behind you. This is also where Her Highness lingers most when she's in the city. I'm glad to see you aren't filling the halls with candlelight, musicians, and lavish feasts. If I already told you, the primary reason the city is short on supplies is because trade between Victorious and Tara has not yet fully resumed. We're working as hard as we can to resolve the issue. The residents are very understanding of the situation. They hold nothing but goodwill and genuine love for Tara. Your Highness Eblana, leave us at once. Lo Shiny. Just what is going on in the city, sister? Everyone's celebrating Samhain, except there's no harvest, no bonfire, and the feast is nothing but potatoes. If you came here to make me repeat what the Brigadier has already told you, well, I suppose I can play along. I wouldn't want to spoil our long overdue reunion. I'm more worried about your spear. Where is it now? My spear? If you're talking about the spear you gave me, it's being stored in the warehouse on Rhodes Island. I no longer need it. How can someone with no weapon claim any sort of power? Or forget power, even survival would be a struggle. I said the spear you gave me. Also, you won't kill me. At least not yet. As the puppet has only just regained its soul, you wouldn't want to break me before you've had a chance to play with your new toy. Your words are quite hurtful. Anyone can be made a puppet, Lo Shiny. Anyone except you. You are my dance partner. You'd rather stand in my shadow than join me on the floor. Until about a year ago, you finally got bored of me, didn't you? I don't recall what you're referring to. As for power, I'm not here for power. The power rightly belongs to you. Oh? You've been setting fires all across Tara. Those fires have melted the chains that once bound the Terrans, that much is true. Then why have you returned? To bear witness. If you're truly willing to use your power to give the Terrans to the beginning, then I will do everything I can to support you. Say, for example, that you're too busy to deal with the supply shortages in the city right now. If so, I will be willing to help with that. Whether I step forward as a second Red Dragon or hide my identity as before, it makes no difference to me. As noble as ever, my dear sister. But I can't say whether you would truly be satisfied with that. The sister I knew wasn't someone who sought power simply to live a life of indulgence. She wants more than that. But so far, every step you've taken has been paved with bones and blood. I can only pray that's because you've had no other choice. I sincerely hope I will never have a reason to collect my spear and come searching for you. Not bad at all. It seems your life of wandering has taught you far more than you've ever learned while acting as my shadow. Let's not beat around the bush. I made my intentions clear and you've invited me back. So what is it you want from me? You'll find out soon enough. Until you do though, why not come with me? I'll show you around the Red Dragon's lair. Legend has it the architect deliberately shaped the plate with uneven elevations to mirror the old Terran capital. Legend has it that Tara's stonemasons showcased their finest craftsmanship in every building they made, save for one, They refused to add even a single ornament to the citadel, knowing it could be inhabited by a puppet king. Lo Shiny has heard many stories like this, but no story can tell you whether it is itself a true flame, or merely its shadow cast on the wall. And so, she follows her sister up the steps and looks down at the city with her own eyes. She sees the empty pedestal in the square below. It seems to be waiting for something massive to be placed upon it. She sees the winding, undulating cobblestone road stretching from the square, and the humble stone houses, so simple they inspire a sense of affection. But after she focuses her gaze and takes a harder look, she finally sees the thing she had sensed before, the thing that had separated her from the other residents. It is something that definitely does not belong in the city. Flames. Flames. At a closer look, there are tiny sparks of fire scattered across the city. All the residents, whether talking, rushing to and fro, yelling, or resting, are surrounded by flickering flames. Purple flames. Oh. So they are raised. What did you do to these people? You made them into walking corpses, haven't you? You just got back from town. You met them yourself. You will know better than I do. The flames will spread. Your flames of death should not be spread to the living. It is an unfortunate reality, but wherever man resides, so too does death. Whether on the battlefield or in the bustling city, the flames merely hasten the inevitable. But I must admit, it doesn't sit right with me either. The dead wandered the wilderness, driven by the desires they held in life, while those tainted by the flame of death can never truly start anew. Life and death cannot remain entangled like this, each defiling the other. But haven't you been their chief defiler? No. Death should be mine to command. I cannot have it expanding beyond the boundaries I set. Well then, my dear sister, what would you like Terra to become? I want your opinion. Should the living endure and the dead rest in peace? Or should all of Terra become a kingdom of death? Why ask a question you already know the answer to? Then it is clear what you must do. Kill me, Lo Shiny. What? While you've been trudging through the crowds, I've been busy preparing. The moment the tip of your spear pierces my heart, heralding death's embrace, everything tainted by my deathly flames shall leave this realm along with me. Then, you will become the first and only true leader Tara has seen in decades. I will not be your shadow anymore, and we Red Dragons will not be the monsters they claim us to be, slaughtering our own kin in madness. Sometimes, often even, kinslaying can be a virtuous act. What about those touched by your fire? Can they really start their lives anew, as you promised? I have promised nothing about life, Lo Shiny, not even for those untouched by my flames. As for the city folk, they have already been entangled by the violent flames. They will gradually become walking corpses and eventually leave here with me. This much is certain. They are living, breathing people. They fought under your command and won your war for you. They have the right to start anew. And an unfortunate fate, to be sure, but their fate nonetheless. No, Eblana, it shall not be their fate. What will you do then? Lo Shiny has more to say, but Eblana has already turned around and started walking down the long corridor. Her footsteps are so soft that Lo Shiny did not even realize she had left. After his sister's figure disappears, completely into the darkness, Lo Shiny turns her gaze back into the city. How she wishes it were all just one of Eblana's tricks, but the flames are real. She clenches her fist, pulls up her hood, and turns to descend the steps. Okay.
Show me your spirit, everyone.
Alright, what mechanics are we
きっと
messing
お姉
with?
さん安心して僕か
Oh, look at
ら
this
ちゃ
thing.
んとできるから
Burning minds, burning ones. When ignited, explodes upon death, leaving hearts damaged. Exploding enemies. Okay.
はい持ちこたえてください何でしょうかこのハルバードの
Revealed
鋭さ
when
は
inside the
だけじ
attack
ゃありませんよ
enemies.
そうだ
multiplied.
だけに頼るものじゃないんです。
Interesting enemy.
なんでしょうか。そこは気にしません。
I like the little eyes on things too. Oh god.
ここは安全です。
I should probably place
おー、チャンス。怒ってる。
under here.
Okay.
Jesus, they move so slow when attacking.
命令がこのハルバードの鋭さは伊達じゃありませんよ。おー、チャンス。怒ってる。 命令が経験だけに頼るものじゃないんです。
Mission accomplished.
Q. Sorry. Ma'am, hold on, please. Oh, Reed, it's you. You left so suddenly. I was worried our hospitality had been lacking in some ways. No, I truly appreciated your hospitality. I had just suddenly remembered some business I had to take care of. I still have a few questions though. Would you mind answering them for me? Ask away. Do you realize that you're engulfed in flames? Flames? Oh, you mean my blessing? Wow, you can see other people's blessings. I didn't notice until someone pointed it out to me. Wait, you're saying you know about the flames, but can't see them? How can that be? The friendly resident puts her hand on her waist. The ancient tyrants carried small flames at their waists, stabilized through originium arts to dispel the dark mist in the marsh. After Victoria seized full control of Tara, this custom, along with all similar practices, was strictly banned. But times have changed. No longer bound by Victoria's rules, the tyrants, or at least the people of Nasiyorsi, have chosen to wear a small originium lamps at their waists. I'm sure you know fuel is scarce, and with the curfew in place, we can't afford to keep the lamps on, nor do we need to. But if we could carry these small lamps... No, that's your fire. That's the color of your fire in the lamp. Now, whenever people turn on their lamps, this is the color they'll see. Even if they replace the filaments with different ones, the color remains unchanged. And you're not the least bit worried about this. Well, as you can see, things are on the up and up here in Nasiyorsi. And what explanation can there be but the Red Dragon's blessing? But if a reckless Ritani tried to warn her that those flames were anything but fortuitous, she would never believe it. Lo Shiny hopes that perhaps the more direct approach will work. But I want to experience the dragon's blessing for myself. May I hold your hand? We've already entered the city. Everyone who does will receive the blessing sooner or later. Please, just a small favor. Well, I suppose it wasn't easy for you to make it all the way back to Tara. Oh, right. What do you do for a living anyway? I know some basic medicine, along with some healing arts. Nothing to brag about. So you're a doctor then? We're in need of doctors, actually. Yeah, one that blows ones up. Come here, give me your hand. I'm a doctor, decimates everybody in her path. Hey, Jean. She tightly clasps the woman Kalas's hand, or Kalas' hand, letting the fire spread from her own wrist to Lo Shiny's. Thank you. She shuts her eyes. Close your eyes to remember those whose pain you once soothed, those no longer forced to linger in this realm. Go and warm this cold fire. Ugh. The purple flames gradually fade. Beneath them, a pale face emerges, swaying gently with a friendly smile. So she tries to erase more of the purple flame, but fails to notice the woman's expression suddenly changes. My god, my hand. What did you do to my hand? It's completely numb. What? I can't feel my blessing anymore either. Just what are you doing to me? Let go. Reed. Wake woman. Reed, please let go of this poor lady. Sorry, ma'am. She means no harm. I stake my honor on it. But she says she's a doctor. How could a doctor possibly? Arts of medicine can sometimes have side effects. Look at your hand. It's perfectly fine now, isn't it? But I still can't feel anything. You'll be fine. The wayward white woman raises a hand, gently pressing her warm palm to the frightened woman's forehead. It is just a normal, casual gesture, yet the woman gradually calms down. Okay, I believe you. Right, I still have my hand. Where's my blessing? It's almost nightfall. You should head back home. And Reed, you have another banquet to attend, don't you? Banquet? Right, the banquet. So please, allow me to lead the way. Wake woman, since you've returned, does that mean the Morin and the others have already settled in? That's right. They'll be staying just outside the ruins. They're probably still clearing out the empty houses right about now. Thank you. Don't mention it. By the way, call me Nemos. I hardly do any work as a wake woman these days. Alright, Nemos. You mentioned a banquet just now. Who's hosting it? In a few days, Dublin will be hosting a celebratory banquet. I know the high-ranking nobles will be in attendance, including Her Highness Eblana. We've been very busy with all the preparations. A celebratory banquet. While the residents are making do with stewed meat and grilled fins, made only from potatoes. The potato thing started out due to a food shortage, you know. Oh wait, but now they're just used to it. But Dublin is aware of the situation in the city. They're calling it a banquet. But I didn't see any eating or drinking on the itinerary. I'm not trying to cover for anyone, Miss Lowshiny. I truly believe that Dublin wouldn't turn its back on the people of Tara like that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. She certainly left in a hurry. So if directly removing the violet flames will only cause a panic, what if I were to do it more subtly? Too long or whatever you want, then. Who's there? The noble red dragon turns around and sees a figure engulfed in blazing purple flames. Oh. No. The other residents have been merely kissed by the flames, and the princess standing before her seems to have been forged from the purple fire itself. The flames don't look harsh, yet they distort the very light around them. Unfortunately, what you want sounds incredibly boring. After all, Tara's flames have already been dyed that color. That's just a fact. You know about the flames. I happen to find out about them, yes. Tell me everything you know. It's extremely important. Why should I? I need to stop people from being engulfed by the purple flames. So you can replace them with your own flames. As long as the people of the city are safe, the color doesn't matter. Well, grandiose nonsense. It's almost nostalgic. Your excuse is so clumsy that it's laughable, Red Dragon. What is your relationship to my sister, sir? Lowshiny takes a step forward, while the figure moves backward, preserving the distance between them. Relationship? You, your sister, and I are all cut from the same cloth. We all crave power, conflict, bloodshed. We're all itchy for what comes next, eager to set the land ablaze. But this time I'll stay out of it. Until the lair is consumed by flames, I'll be cheering on both sides. Goodbye. Wait. The red dragon tries to weave the flames of life into a cage, but before it can take the shape, the strange figure scatters in the wind. Her fire only briefly illuminated his long tail. They return to nothingness. Sir? It's you. What's wrong? Why have you come to see me now? Don't tell me there's another problem with your grain shop that I have to deal with. I've never treated you as a subordinate. We're business partners, understand? I understand. Good, as long as you do. I have another shipment that needs to be escorted out of the city. Leave soon, and be back before curfew. Sorry about that. About what? About the grate we sent out before. You said it wouldn't affect the city's food supply, but now we're all stuck eating only potatoes. Do you know what it's like in other parts of Taro? They don't even have potatoes. Nasa Yorisi's agriculture output is already top tier. We're taking urgent measures to help our countrymen, understand? Besides, how much did you earn from just those last 2 carrots? Those last 2 carts? Look at it this way. The people of Nasa Yorisi aren't starving. At least they've got potatoes to fill their bellies. What's more, it's almost harvest time. There will be plenty of new grain then. I'm more worried that your tiny shop won't have the throughput to sell it all. Still, I'm not one to force anyone to act against their conscience. If you really feel that bad about it, you can always just transfer your business license to someone else and close your shop. But how will I eat then? I told you, you're not my subordinate. How's that my problem? Alright. Just hand over your business license by the end of the day. No, don't. Okay, I'll do it. Why are you still standing there? I have something else to discuss. My friend told me that lately, the dark mist in the forest. Dark mist. If I needed you to remind me about that, I might as well quit right now. There will be someone waiting for you once you're past the gates, just like always. Anything else is none of your concern. Now go. Sir, what is it? Did Brigadier say something when he was on patrol this morning? No, sir. They didn't come around this morning. The leader sent him on another assignment. Phew. Then what's got you in such a panic? It's officially harvest season for the agriculture plate onto the south. Isn't that a good thing? Yes, but all the skilled agriculture workers have left the city. Just follow the handbook. Do exactly as it says, got it? Yes, sir. By the way, what's the estimated yield for the entire plate? Report it to me. I'll consolidate the numbers later. We're not exactly familiar with this sort of work either. You're useless. Can't you at least tell me when the crops are ready for harvest? They're definitely ripe, or we wouldn't have harvested them in the first place. Then isn't it just business as usual? Report a normal yield based on previous years. Now get going. Hello, I'm Bridget the Nomad. What do you want? I've delivered all my letters to Nasa Yorsi, so I'd like to go to the highest point in the city and let the wind carry my message to my brothers and sisters, and I'll be on my way. Ah, now I remember. It's you. You've been here so many times, and we never let you up there even once. Haven't you learned your lesson yet? Even the Victorians sent me up to the top of the citadel when they were in charge. Do I look like a Victorian to you? No, you're a Terran. Then you should know that, since we're all Terrans, there's no need to indulge those outdated customs of yours anymore. All that nomad and wakeman nonsense. It's all stupid superstition. Now get moving. If you don't, I might just have you arrested. Fine, I'm going. No need to make a fuss. Well, I've done exactly nothing I set out to do, other than delivering my letters. Oh well. At least I'm out of the city before curfew. Not to just pass through the dark woods and I'll be back on the open plains. I just hope the mist will let me through. But I've never stopped the nomads before, so why am I worrying about it? The nomad kicks a pile of fallen leaves by the roadside. The rustling sound echoes through the vast, empty forest ahead. To her surprise, the sound doesn't fade away. It echoes back in a repeating loop. Bridget suddenly crouches down, trying to cover the scattered leaves before her, where the sound is coming from. Sorry, shouldn't have kicked you. The sound continues. Purple. It doesn't stop. Instead it grows louder and louder, echoing until it becomes an unbearable, deafening cacophony. At the same time, the darkness creeps up from her feet, covering her eyes and ears. Until she realizes she is back at the forest entrance. This is the 5th time. Not going to let me leave, really? Pushing me back into the city, is that it? Well, I'm not going back. I'll set up outside the forest if I have to. I'll get my chance to leave sooner or later.
皆さんのご活躍 本当に目を見張るものでした。素晴らしかったですよ。
Tutorial stage. Dog parting call. I bring back the harvest from the fields and gifts from the barons. I leave my hands empty, but today I return with many.
In position.
There's a zone here. Careful, the enemies here are more troublesome than you might think. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Little guys. Opposite side. There's so many of them though. We'll help out.
There you are.
Oh, they're gonna explode now?
Thrust.
Spreading? I don't have to clear. Can't spot the enemy or attack. Let me see.
早く。
This outline represents the allied units' combined attack range. Mine, I guess.
Everyone, follow me.
Interesting. Basically, things have been going this whole time. There's between different tiles, trying to stop them from spreading. It's working. If I take a continue, continuous art damage, draw the fire, and switch from a fight.
Everyone, follow
Oh, so it's like the fires from
Behold, here
Come on,
come
read
my
it.
flamboyant
Oh shit.
moves.
治療の準備を。怖がらずもっと早く傷が癒えるように手伝います。喧嘩しない。Here I am. Thrust. 倒します。There you are.
Accomplished.
Okay, cool.
ドクターの指示のおかげですね。
Gate 2, but only farewell. Remember with sincerity, yet ask for more. Copy attack, max enemy units. Wow, there are so many people here. Sorry, please make way. I've been to Winston Street already. It was pretty clean ages ago. The shops are still open, but the shelves are all empty. Even the shopping bags are gone. Kremlin said they had stuff left here, so I ran 5 blocks only to find not even a single foul beast feather left. Might as well go back, grab my crossbow, and sneak past the guards to hunt in the dark woods. At least I might get some real meat before I starve. What? You've really gone crazy from hunger now. Going to the forest is a death wish. And you're not crazy? Stop talking like you know anything. Who are you to say I don't know anything? The great store on Lagran Street, Emma's place. You know about it? I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. What of it? I went there and had a look. There's no grain left. But from what Emma says, it's all because of those bloody Victorians. The Victorian bastards have been blockading us since forever. This isn't new, so why act like it's a big shock? Because their spies have already infiltrated Nasayorsu. Come again. When Emma went to visit the AG plate, she saw the charred remains with her own eyes. Dublin is still investigating. Bloody hell. We should have struck back the minute Tara gained independence. You're right about one thing though. You should go get your crossbow, not to hunt, but to root out the traitors. Of course, if I caught them, I wouldn't let them off that easy. A quick death is too good for them. Because because the stores have been cut off from the supply grain. I bought a few potatoes for Kulan, but is it enough? There are too many people here. I'll take another route. Lots of them are armed too. Are they planning to hunt down Victorian spies? There's no grain left in the city. What does that have to do with the Victorians? But I'll be fine. Unless you're Kulan's apprentice. Everybody knows that. Don't be afraid, Theo. No one will hurt you. Theo crouches down and squeezes through the crowd, making his way to the opposite corner of the street. He nimbly slips through a dark, narrow passage and emerges on the other side of the brick wall. The noise of the crowd gradually fades from his ears. See, no one gave me any trouble. Mr. Kulan must still be busy with the dragon sculpture. By the time he notices what's going on around him, all the stores will be empty. I need to help him. Take these and give them to the neighbors. Tell them not to worry. What about you, or Nemos? Will you have anything to eat? Instead of giving us grain, it'll be more useful for to help everyone catch the spies. Otherwise, we'll never get to the root of the problem. I'll go. Please let everyone know. But for now, just take them. Nemo stands with the leader, so it's only natural to endure a little hardship for everyone's sake. Alright then, thank you. Hey Kulan, you must have more where that came from, right? Besides, how'd you know we'd be running out of grains? Then they must tip you off in advance, or... What are you saying, Rory? If you don't want any, fine. How do I know you or Nemos aren't spies? You both been raising that Victorian boy together. Get out. What, did I hit a nerve? Am I right? Are you really? Kulan, I heard you've been distributing grain. Impeccable timing. So where is it? Everything that steps is right here. Don't change the subject. You still haven't answered me. I've said everything I had to say. If you feel these potatoes will dirty your hands, then give them to someone else. Why you? Do you want them or not, Rory? If not, then let me have them. There are plenty of hungry bellies to feed. Don't be ungrateful. Now give them here. Why should I? You don't want them, right? So give them to me. Fat chance. Oh. The potatoes in the bag were very small. None than the usual oval shape. My arm. My God, he's bleeding. How could you turn your blade on a fellow tyrant, Rory? I dropped the sword. Hey, cut him. What the hell? Don't make me use my hammer on you. This dude gives like Earth Shatterer vibes. That one archetype. You're the only one we can count on, Kulan. Something's been off about Rory lately. I'll follow him a bit to check up on him. He's been out of sorts ever since his antique collection got burned in the war. As for his blade, just take it. Don't let him have it back. Kulan, the wound isn't too deep. Come here, I'll stop the bleeding. As far as the grains, I'll have Nemos think of a solution when she gets back. I know. Ow, ow, ow. I know. You're giving away everything you have. But you know, you're not as scary as you look. Ow. Don't talk. Save your energy. I might have some cornmeal left at home. Let me check. You can have it. And I'll walk you home. Kulan, are you and Theo doing alright? Why is there blood in here? Rory lost control and slashed someone. Where's Theo? He left a while ago for... Damn it! You... Forget it. No one could have foreseen things getting so bad so quickly. How are things in the city? Rumors are spreading everywhere that the Victorians destroyed that AG plate, and that Sayori Sea is about to boil over. I know no one dared to go after Theo after you stood up for him, so you felt safe letting him run around, but this time, it's different. I have to go find him. Do you have time for that? Why aren't you making that statue? It only needs to be finished before Samhain. There's still a little time left. Damn it. Damn it. I'll worry about Theo. You just focus on your work. Okay. Have you seen Theo? Theo? What has that boy run off to? Slacking off again, no doubt. Kunan spoils him too much. You really should talk to him about that. Theo, what surprised that boy got himself into this time? Have you seen Theo? Oh, you alright? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. Just hungry. So what is it? Did you say something? Just the pressures I was looking for. Has the boy Theo been up to anything suspicious lately? No, just keeping himself busy as usual. Well, he better. Theo. What are you doing here, white woman? Wait, you're... Oh, the singer. What brings you here? I heard rumors of chaos in the city, so I thought there might be something I could do to help. Alas, there is not. All I've heard is that the supply shortage was caused by Victorian sabotage. I've only ever run into the Victorian army by accident, and you and Kulan were the ones to save me at the time. Also, the information you provided us on the Wakeman has been truly fascinating. Sorry sir, I really don't have time to be reminiscing, but I could use your assistance. Kulan's apprentice Theo has gone missing. Can you help me look for him? I am unable to help with that. The city folk are angry enough at the Victorians to flay one alive. Why bother running around looking for a Victorian child? Forget it then, I'll go look for myself. Remember that the celebration will start in just over an hour. But you need to deliver the sacred instruments symbolizing the Wakesman's blessing to the venue. Gah. Sorry, I really must be going now. What do I do now? Nemos. Is that you? I wonder if it's Nemos or Nemos. I finally found you. What happened in the city? Oh, stage time. That is a lot of thicket. That boy thick. Alright.
Leave it to us.
Nest. Grows when the time you use attack rage, increasing its attack max HP. Well, I don't see the animation. Really interesting enemy design. Oh, it's growing. Is it gonna hatch a bird? No.
On standby. Everyone, follow me.
Oh god. It might wreck me. Oh, I should just put that right here. I didn't notice this tile. What are you doing there? Is that a path? Seems like funny.
What's up? Oh, sword, pierce the moonlight that veils the night.
Okay, I need to do something about this. I can't.
I'm listening very well.
This is smart.
そうだ。指示をクリア。目標地点。Here I am。早くゲームオーバー。いい声して動かないで。
これがいいよ。
Here I am。なんでしょうか。一撃を食らえ。
別に何でもいい
Here I am! 待機中引き裂け勇気はそうね命令があれば従うまでです
了解です。
いい子にして動かないで
Oh shit.
俺は別盾を持ってるのに疲れるんだ
ゲームオーバー There you are 早く
I've arrived.
俺は別に何でもいい
Mission accomplished.
Could have made that simpler with like midnight in the middle, but that's fine. I've checked every inhabited street and found no sign of Theo anywhere. All I saw were the flames on the townsfolk growing even stronger, as if a sudden gale had swept through. What's more, everyone just seems used to it at this point. Getting rid of the flames will only terrify them. They only have the numbness in their body. Does this mean it's too late for the people of Nasayorsi? No, I can't think that way. My first priority is to find Theo. I should go find that nomad named Bridget, the one Nemos mentioned. But would anyone really be willing to pitch a tent outside the city, just because they can't get into the dark woods? Walk along the right side of the guard post, then wade through the creek. Ah, I think this is it. A parrot with blonde hair, tall yet agile. This must be Bridget Nemos mentioned. You know me? No, I don't believe we met before. Nemos asked me to come find you. My name is Reed. You. Bridget leans in slightly and twitches her nose twice, but does not otherwise react. Loshania takes this to be the way the nomads greet each other. Did she smell her like an actual dog? Is that what happened there? You're not the red dragon from the city. What? I'm not a red dragon at all. I'm just busted right away. You're not the one from the city. You're a different one. A second dragon returning to the city. Just like the old stories. You can't tell what the sin will sniff? Sure can. Your flames smell different. But that's none of my business. What can I do for you, Reed? Theo's gone missing. Nemos told me you might have an idea where he is. I've heard you often chat with him when you're in town. He's missing? He went out this morning and never came home, and the city's in chaos today. We searched all over Nasayorsi, both Nemos and I, but there was no sign of him anywhere. But I just saw him before I left the city. He was doing fine. No, I can't say he was fine. Anyhow, I went to the Citadel after that and then left town. Haven't seen him since. Where the hell could he be? Theo. Should have knocked him out and carried him back with him when I had the chance. Say something, Theo. This time you're coming with me, you hear? Where are we, Bridget? This plate was dragged out during the war, supposedly to appease some noble or other. But when they brought it back, it was left like this, barely clinging on to Nasayorsi. And now no one's bothered fixing it up. Theo always hides out here when he's feeling wronged. Could he have left the city? I've only seen one person leaving the gates. Emma from Lagran Street. Theo sure wasn't with her. What's more, she was taking a cart full of who knows what to the entrance of the forest, all by her lonesome. She met up with someone there. They took the goods, then she came back by herself. But she didn't notice you? The city folk don't see too well, or hear, or smell. Besides, I was pretty far from her. So she delivered a large shipment and returned by herself. Where did all those goods come from? What does this Emma do for a living? Runs a grain shop. I've delivered the letters to her before. So a shopkeeper left the city. Now keep close at home. See how this is the only lead we have. We should hurry over to Lagran Street. Bridget, Reed. Hello. You wouldn't happen to have seen Theo around, would you? Kyo? Did Nemo send you to find them? That's right. Nope, haven't seen them. Who knows where that boy has run off to? I hope he didn't skip town along with the spies. I hope he didn't skip town along with the spies that set the AG plate on fire. How can you? Bridget, you need to find them. How about Emma then? Have you seen her anywhere? She closed up sharp early today. Actually, I came to see if she might be willing to reopen for me, but I guess I wasted the trip. There it is again. That cold burnt smell. It's been everywhere in Nasiyorsi lately. I can't stand it. I'm meaning to ask, are you able to smell purple flames? Yeah. The scorched stench of the Red Dragon's flames. Lately, even the city folk have been reeking of it. It's not just a smell. The fire itself has spread to them. What? How? I don't see any flames on them. So you can't see them either? I was gonna ask the same thing. You say you can see the flames? And again, makes sense. You being a dragon too, after all. The city folk live so close to the other one. Even worship her like a god. Guess it was only a matter of time before they got burned. Emma, it's me, Bridget. Emma. Is she not in? With that purple flame switch coming out of the keyhole, must be someone in there. So what now, break in? I don't see any other options. Whoa, so Dragonfire can burn through locks too? Let's save that conversation for later. We need to get in there. And they can explode people. Here, officer, have a drink. The torture. We may not have a proper feast, but there's more than enough booze to go around. Cheers. Oh, but it's not a resident wake woman. The leader invited you too. I'm here to present the sacred instruments to the Red Dragon on behalf of the Wakemen. Oh, offerings from the Wakemen. Let's see what you got. A whistle? And what else? Samhain is almost upon us. The Wakemen do not have much left to offer. This is all they can spare. That's it? My sincerest apologies. Won't you do one sway towards you can bring in those ritual doodads to give the celebration the dignity it deserves? I'm sorry, I didn't think it through. Who cares? It wasn't Nemesis' idea anyway. I was against it from the start. What's so auspicious about offers for people who deal with ghosts and corpses all day? We should be the guy they only gave us a whistle. Of course, you take her side. She saved your life. But we can't just laugh this off. Tell us, White Woman, how do you plan to take responsibility for this? Quiet. This was not solely her responsibility. If you truly wish to hold the White Woman accountable for disrespecting the leader, we can revisit the matter later. Set aside the matter of the ritual objects for now. The leader sent me ahead to make sure everyone is enjoying themselves. These are difficult times, so we're keeping things simple. There will be no feast for the ceremony, but feel free to go and relax until she arrives. Now you, Wake Woman. I expected to provide Your Highness with an explanation for your failure. Perhaps you could take this chance to curry favor with the other officials. They can put in a good word for you later. I'll pass on that, thank you. Quite the righteous one, I see. Brigadier, sir, these fellows, have they always been like this? Always? The bureaucrat once exhausted himself managing logistics for the Silver Rock Bluffs front. He went days without sleep, until he was so worn out that he nearly collapsed at the Nisayorosi agricultural plate. The cruel officer is a cold-hearted scoundrel, to be sure, but during the war, the wealthy merchants and nobles hoarding grain near Nisayorosi would tremble at the mere mention of his name. The torturer I've seen take pleasures in others wailing and screaming, but I've also seen him charge into enemy ranks like a rabid tusk beast. Now, though, had her eyes not vetoed it, they'd probably be enjoying the lavish banquet right now, even with the state as it is. Will our dear brigadier ever remove that stick from his arse? You look like you're in a bit of a mood too, bureaucrat. What's wrong? What's wrong is that the city's almost out of grain, and I'm responsible. But what can you do? It was a poor harvest. Besides, they didn't say dependent on the Victorians. The emigre said exactly what you told her to, and the townsfolk took the bait. So what's the problem? Even if there is a famine, these people treat the leader like a god. They'll never turn on us. Never. Or are you afraid Emma will spill the beans? No. She's been on edge since she got back. She follows instructions to the letter. I'm not worried about that. What worries me is the merchant who met with her. There's been no word from him. Normally, would have heard something by this morning. So there's a little delay. What's the big deal? What are you two muttering around about over there? Oh, we were discussing that hero, Pulan. Oh, what about him? At the time, he told us he took out a whole squad of Victorian scouts in the dark woods by himself, 4 or 5 men, by using the terrain to his advantage. Said there was one child left behind, but he couldn't bring himself to finish the job. Sound about right? But think about it. Why would a scout squad bring a child with them? Huh? The Wake woman already explained that. The scouts had taken hostages, a group of merchants who traveled between Tara and Victoria, and forced them to guide them through the forest. Sure, I buy that there was a caravan, but the scouts? I don't know about that. The scouts? I don't know about that. His throat's getting dry. The rider grabs his mug, only to find it devoid of beer. I'll go get you some more. The mysterious woman stands up and heads to the bar. The rider leans back in his chair. As has been his habit for many years, he sets about planning how to make the next part of his story captivating. However, as he thinks it through, a sudden tightness grips his heart. Even if this woman is also a survivor, and even if she knows a thing or two about what happened, he simply cannot lay everything out there like he has been, at least not for this next part. Heavens knows what she would have to say about it. This is just a story, a shadow cast on the wall, not the fire itself. A storyteller must always remember this, or they will find themselves consumed by the flames. I'm wondering if this is Reed or something. Here you are, your beer. Thank you kindly. Now where were we? The Dublineer's ugliness at the celebration banquet. Oh, right. Well then, the true star of the party is about to make your entrance. They're presenting it like a story, but you know, something tells me like it's true. The true star of the party is about to make your entrance, but until then, Dublin's ugly visage will remain, so hideous that no one can face it directly. Well, what is it? Is there something crawling on my head? Maybe freezing here in Nasayurasi. But these are still bugs. Now move, I'll grab it. Wait. The banquet hall suddenly quiets down. Everyone's staring at the bureaucrat's head, where a beetle is perched. A solid gold beetle. One of the decorations fell down. Go on, put it back. The officer removes the gold beetle from the bureaucrat's head and places it in his palm. The bureaucrat lets out a sigh of relief. He's about to place the beetle back on its original spot when it flutters in its diamond-encrusted wings, flies a short distance towards the door, and lands in the center of the hall. He takes a few steps forward, and the beetle, as if tempting him, crawls a little further ahead. Such enthusiasm, Mr. Bureaucrat. Your Highness, I just wanted to catch the stray beetle for you. Of course. Why would I blame you for that? Oh, alright then. By the way, about the sacred instruments I reported to you about. A trifling matter. What is truly important is that my faithful servants be rewarded for this victory. Eblana picks up the beetle from the ground and flattens her palm. The beetle buzzes as it flies towards the door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the very hall where the treasure of the ancient King Gael were once displayed. The furnishings had all been looted by the Victorians, as they are wont to do, but we have finally returned most of them to their rightful places. That beetle you were chasing was awarded personally to a capable official. He was praised for his tireless work in the gatherings. Every last grain of the harvest has stored it in the treasury. I think it means every. And now, you are worthy of the same. Without you, our army would likely have collapsed from hunger and 100 times over. Go chase it down, for it is yours. As long as it is willing to land on you, you will always have the right to collect our grain. Yes, thank you. Now then, Eblana scans the room. Some stare intently to the buried creature's back, wondering what rewards they will receive, while others cannot help but glance at the other treasures in the room. The sword that enforces the law, the calabi that listens to appeals, the knot that records history, the crystal teardrops that symbolizes compassion. It seems none of you can stand to wait any longer. How about this then? Everyone, feel free to take whatever in this room you desire. In an instant, it is as all the treasure comes to life, moving on their own. The calabi's statue starts running, the crystals start rolling, the knots begin to twist, and even the ceremonial sword studded with Sargonian jewels breaks free from its stand, hopping comically towards the door. Go, my servants. These are my rewards for your loyalty. It is unclear who takes the first step, but once he does, the tide is unstoppable. The crowd chases after the treasures, searching out of the banquet hall. I keep wanting to say banquet.
皆さんが無事であることが私にとって一番の励ましになります。
Night 83. Suspicions and impulse. I want to make up for the past and to return home. Other than that, I ask for nothing more. One blue box. A beetle flies through the dark alley. It flaps its wings furiously, but only manages to find its way into an abandoned block of few souls tread anymore. Its golden body is too heavy, weighed down even further by the gems on its wings. It can only fly a short distance before coming to a rest in the gap between the stone tiles. Found you. I got it. You got your bug. Now let me get these crystals before they fall into the ditch. Coming. Hold on, I am going to get my cut if I help you, right? Sure, just hurry. You don't want to see these crystals end up in the ditch, do you? Sweet cloud beast, you're mine. Good. All the gems on the sword are there. Where are the brigadier and the others? Who cares? The bureaucrat takes away the parasite, while the officer eagerly watches the crystal tears drop again and again. The ombudsman brusquely manhandles the cloud beast, while the torturer raises the sword as though it conferred power over life and death. What a lively scene. All of this treasure is yours, my servants. I am not so miserly as to withhold them after seeing how much you love them. But what more do you intend to take from me once I have given you these? Let me guess. Oh. A path appears at the dead end of the valley, and even more shiny baubles rush towards it. There's no time to bother with what is already in their hands. They scramble for their treasure on the ground, stuffing it into their pockets, carrying it on their backs, and rushing towards the next shiny piece before even standing back up from the last one. None of them care where the path leads. Going to the solace tomorrow. It's high time I treated myself to something nice. Well, don't gamble your money away. Squeeze these country bumpkins in night CRC a little more. Don't forget my share. Can't wait for the townsfolk to send me some Victorian spies. My. After far more than just wealth, aren't we? A life of luxury, a high status, power over life and death, you want it all. I have nothing against being true to your desires. What you desire are things that I will not miss. Unfortunately, you happen to be my servants, and you seem far greedier than I. So goodbye. Go to where you belong. The treasures pave a shiny path where none existed, sending the madmen out of the lair and out onto the land. Towards whence the darkness came, the gaping mouth of the dark woods. Oh, that takes care of them, I think. This part is very different from the rest of your work. I told you, I've abandoned many drafts in the process of observing, thinking, and writing. And all of them ready to be thrown in a moment's notice. This design is cool. Do you really think I'd be sitting here, drinking this swill if I could tell this story as a consistent, unified narrative? You're the one insisting it gets a proper ending, not me. True. But if I must regard this passage as your own personal embellishment, should I also consider the rejection of Bridget by the Mist to be a creative liberty as well? no more than the exiled king you're forced into the story. Then what about the rest of the story you're about to tell? Should it be seen as an observation or as a creation? That's up to you to decide. Do you want me to tell her or not? Of course, go on. So what was wrong with Emma? Just a cold on top of mild malnutrition. She didn't live about on the outskirts of the Darkwoods. A sickness of the spirit, most likely. Iron for the statue needed to be collected from door to door. People won't even turn on their laps to save fuel, never mind food. What could she possibly be shipping out? She runs a grain store, maybe... but only a grain store. She couldn't have done this on her own. There must be somebody behind her. We also still need to ask about Theo. There's no time to wait for her to come to on her own. Ugh, can you hear me, Emma? Niels, take me with you. No, she's still dreaming. Niels. Is that somebody's name? I've seen it written on letters she's gotten. A loved one, if I had to guess. And where might we find them? No idea. It's been a while since the last letter. Niels. Scold me, beat me if you must, but don't abandon me. Okay. The bureaucrat told me to smuggle food, so I did. What meaning is there in life without you? What point is there in being kind to others? The bureaucrat. Dublin. There's so much food in the city, a single cart will make a difference. There's no food in the city, a single cart will make a difference. Will make a difference. Should we keep trying to wake her up? Wait. Why wasn't it you who lived? Those accursed Victorians. Why did their child live? A child? The Victorians? Why? Ugh. It'll be alright, my dear. I'll make things right. Wait for me, Niels. Wait for me, my love. I can't see you, my love. I can't see you. Why? Why? The Victorians who killed you have been chased out. The last Victorian bastard died before my eyes. Niels. Sweat fills Emma's favorite brow. Tormented by nightmares, she instinctively grabs the sheets beneath her, but it does not stop her from trembling. The other two stand up at the same time. It's already past curfew. We'll really be able to move freely. Stick with me. If the mist wants to take either of us, let it try. Wait, someone's coming over from the Citadel. Who is it? Looks like Dublin. It's... Brigader. What's going on? It's like he's a walking ghost. Brigader. Who's there? Low shiny. Go back. Now. Back to... What happened? Are they out at night? Yeah, past curfew. No. Nothing happened tonight. We have a lead on the food shortage, sir. The owner of this grain store was instructed by the bureaucrat to smuggle food out of Nasiyarusi. We may be able to get it back if we're quick. The bureaucrat. I should have known. But it's too late. Everything's too late. Why? Do you know where the food went? Not the food. Me. Us. Thank you for informing me, but I... What is going on? Tell me. No. Nothing happened tonight. I can't imagine what could have turned you, a warrior with no qualms about killing for the greater good, into this. Did you and Dublin found this nation over the corpses of so many, just to starve your own people to death here? No, never. Thank you for informing me. I will deal with it personally. But do not mention the name Dublin ever again. You got your promise. Do not set foot on the streets again tonight. And especially do not break curfew with someone insignificant, as you're doing now. This is for your own good. Loshani opens her mouth to speak, but the brigadier shows no acknowledgement. He turns around and walks towards the outskirts of the city with heavy, dragging steps. Huh. Are we gonna do as he says? Hide? No. Nemos needs to know about Theo. Do you know where she lives? It's a wee bit far, practically the other side of Nasiyorsi. That's where we're going. Nemesis' house is just ahead. That was easy. Please means that to get to the city tonight. Nemos, are you home? Nemos? Hey, didn't you say she'd be at the Dublin victory party? Is she not back yet? The brigade was leaving the citadel. The party should be over. Miss Low Shiny. Bridget. Low Shiny is about to speak when her gaze meets Nemesis. Her eyes are even blacker than the brigaders were. What's going on? Did something happen at the victory party? No, nothing happened tonight. What are you two doing here? Quick, inside. You must be out in the streets tonight. Weird. As the moose hurries Low Shiny and Bridget inside, the brigadier passes beyond the boundaries of Nasierosi. He walks into the forest, where there is nothing but darkness, towards the depths of the dark mist. Whoa. Then, the food carts that had been smuggled out of Nasierosi slowly emerge from it. They will return to Nasierosi's agriculture plate before dawn. The next day, the city gets the smallest of reprieves from the food shortage. No one notices the brigadier never returned from the dark woods. The food mysteriously appeared at the agriculture plate before making its way to the grain stores across the city. It falls well short of truly solving the problem. But it was far more than just the brigadier who never came back, though the people of the city do not know it yet. Once again the sun rises, without pity or care. The dragon and the wayward wake woman walk the streets, watching with shock at how the non-commonplace brawls descended into even more brutal violence. The nomad knocks on the blacksmith's door. She brings woeful news. Very weird stuff going on.
Listen, everyone. Stay calm.
Okay, so...
Okay.
Oh, burning vine. Is it arch damage, burn damage? Oh shit, burn damage. Crap. I might have to substitute in Asia if it's really bad.
I'm listening. Take aim.
Ah, shit, this.
Doctor?
This goes to the right.
Sure.
そうだ。待機中。避け。
Oh, sword.
亡霊だってお前を救えないぞ。
勇気をは私が行くんですね。
Mission accomplished.
Each. The hell's wrong with you, Theo? You have eyes, use them. Sorry, Mr. Rory. I was just hoping to try my luck over at Lagner Street. See if I could get some potatoes. Get lost. Sorry. Look out, the British is panicking. Out of the way. Stupid coachman, you nearly ran me over. Get back here. The dunk for brains ran off, just like that. Mr. Rory, Ha, look who did get run over. Serves you right. Damn, bro. Theo can't walk 2 steps without getting like knocked over or punched or some shit. You're not going anywhere now. Let's go see the Dublin folks. Maybe they'll give you meat potatoes for handing over a traitor. Better stick to the back streets. Can't have someone else taking my spy. The man grabs the boy's collar and drags him to the small empty alley. The boy groans in anguish. Can't catch a break. Weird, did I forget the way? Give me back my potatoes. Go and buy your own. They still have some at the shop. Give them back. They still have potatoes? The man glances towards the voices, then at the broken body of the boy whose arm he is still grabbing. He's dying. Will the Dubliners even give me anything for a dying kid? Could they even get anything out of him? It's your lucky day, traitor. The man shakes off the boy's hand, which had been grabbing his sleeve, and walks off briskly towards the voices. My leg, it hurts. I can't stand. Mrs. Emma. Who's there? Who's calling my name? I did as you asked, just leave me alone. Emma. Theo, what happened? I got hit by a carriage, then left behind here. I'm not a Victorian spy, Mrs. Emma. Please help me. Take me to Mr. Kulan. A Victorian spy? Ah, it's all happening so fast. It hurts so much. I know the Victorians said bad things. Nobody likes me. Nobody listens to me. Nobody wants to get close to me. But could you at least find Mr. Kulan? It hurts. It's so cold. When I grow up, I'll find the Victorians to take revenge for Mr. Niels. Damn, this is just sad, bro. Maybe I'd have helped you, Theo, if Niels was the only one who died. Mrs. Emma? You know that Niels died in the war, but even more people died without ever seeing the battlefield. You Victorians blocked off the supply routes. You still are. So many people starved, including me, including the child Niels left behind, the child inside of me. He starved to death because of you Victorians. Find someone else to get cooler for you. There are good people, unlike me. Very good people. Emma. How could you do that to him, Emma? What could have changed you so much? I'm not defending her, Kulan, but she wasn't the only one there that day. No, she wasn't. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. No, you're absolutely right. You wanted to take Theo with you, didn't you? What did you see? He was being bullied. I'm not talking squabbles between kids. By adults. I intervened the first time I saw it. I thought it wouldn't happen again. But it did. A lot. I had a bad feeling that he didn't belong here. That there was no place for him in Nasayoshi, but I never thought... I understand. You should go. Kulan. I said I understand. You. I said I understand. Now go. Get out. Leave me. Let me be for a while, please. I'm sorry. The blacksmith sat silent in the room. All is quiet save for the crackling of the fire. Theo, too many things have passed him by. Too many things he could not understand. He no longer has the strength to find out why. To separate cause from effect. Damn, did he actually pass? Damn, that's fucked. The only thing he knows is that he never achieved anything. What kind of hero am I? Yeah, what kind of hero are you? The blacksmith looks around. There is no one else in the smithy, save the empty eye sockets of a dragon statue, now glaring at him accusingly. What kind of hero are you? What kind of hero am I? What kind of hero would leave a child to the mercy of abuse and ill will? What kind of hero would allow food to be smuggled out of the city under his very nose until there is nothing left, all while doing nothing more than handing out a few shoveled potatoes to his neighbors? What kind of hero would shut himself in his smithy while the city descends into bedlam, all to satisfy his own pathetic vanity by etching his name into a pedestal? No. It's not out of vanity, All I wanted was to use the title of hero to bring happiness to our countrymen who lost everything in the war, as you told Nemos. Like now. Like now? The weak you swore to protect are dead and gone. The justice you swore to uphold is falling into darkness. The people you swore to bring happiness to, Emma and Rory, are they even your people anymore? Or are they the dead, living in the past? The dead, living in the past? Your heart still dreams of the future, vain as it is, but dumb? They are the walking dead, stuck in the past. Who is it you are calling your countrymen? The wretched who spent his days brandishing an antique sword he salvaged from the flames? The smuggler who let an innocent child die because she miscarried her own? Townsfolk who no longer know anything but hate in the face of change. Go on. Go out and find someone, anyone. Ask them what their plan for the future is. What do you think their answer will be? The blacksmith's hammer falls to the ground with a loud crash. He glares at the dragon's head. No, no. It's you who's trapping them in the past. I collected the plates and bowls my peoples use day by day, or day to day. Lit the fuel they relied on for warmth and light, just to feed you. You monster. I don't know about the food, but the metal and the fuel, it was me. I fed you those pots and pans. I put the people's livelihoods into your mouth with my own hands, also that you could grow and grow. You've devoured everything in my life. Then you devoured Theo himself. Theo. It was me. I nurtured the monster that took your life. Soon it will stand in the square of Samhain, spread its wings, and turn everyone in the city into the dead. Those who could only live in the past. You're right, monster. I'm no hero. I'm a fraud. A vain, pathetic fraud. Once I fooled others. Now, the only one I'm fooling is myself. But they need me. They need you. They need a hero to wake them up, to tell them that the war is over. That what really matters is what lies ahead, the future, tomorrow. And you think you're the one? I'm the one. The blacksmith walks away from the forge with resolute steps. He takes the thickest metal chain he can find and walks back to the dragon, its empty eyes still fixated upon him. Come with me. Where to? To the square. It's not Samhain yet. I can wait no more. I will not wait for your ominous prophecies to come true. Come with me. I will dismantle you and return our lives to the people. The dragon does not move. In the eyes of the blacksmith, however, he sees the dragon bow its head, perhaps mockingly, perhaps invitingly. Reed. Nemos, I'm back. Kunal's in a real bad place right now. You should go see him. How about on your end? What's going on in the city? People are still looking for spies. Victorian spies. Are they off their rockers? Tyrone and Victorian, we're all human. We're gonna keep fighting to the death like this when the war's already over? Tell them, Nemos. Tell them that Dublin made him go hungry and was punished by the Red Dragon. The food's now. Do not mention the word Dublin ever again, Bridget. The leader's orders. I only overheard whispers about the food at the victory party. No evidence, no trial. I don't even know how I got back. Besides, news about all those missing people hasn't spread at all. How am I supposed to explain it? If they can be reasoned with, we'll do this the hard way. What do you mean? When I came back, I told myself I will never be her shadow again. But if the true leader is refusing to show her face and take responsibility, then I must step up, if only to calm the people. What about Kulan? Everyone knows him as a hero. Things will be much simpler if he's willing to help. He should still be at his smithy. I'll lead the way. As for you, Bridget, you should leave the city as soon as possible. Why? Well, if we and Kulan both fail, then the people will. I see. They don't much like me here, so I'll just get in the way. Is that it? I'm sorry, Bridget. That's not what I meant, but it's true. Don't worry. I'll try my luck in the dark woods. 6 times the charm. Kulan. Kulan. Is he not in? He... What the? They are both rendered speechless. The door of the smithy. No, the entire front wall of the smithy is gone. The wall, which was supposed to stay up until the statue was finished, is now a pile of rubble. Visible through it is a long trail leading to the square. Along with drag marks so broad they span almost the entire breadth of the road.
敵を一人残らず倒すことができました。ロドスのみんなはやっぱり最高です。
What's that for? Defeat a total of 100 cabbage leading to cabbage boots in the event. Oh, that was easy. Eliminate many strangers happens from the dark woods. Will they still go to pass? The black mist were dispersed. Wait, there was a medal for 4. Where is it? Continue with a 3-star rating and allow no more than 6 thickets to spawn. Oh, you could silence these. Others, there's weddings, because you were approached. Personal Faye. Arknights left around to meet after him. What about the nest? Fate disguised itself as a probably nest. When the probably flew away, the spirits in the darkness took it over while it was still warm. Alright. That old dance. You satisfy yourself with remorse and yearning, yet ask for nothing more. Hundreds, thousands of years ago, the Terran's ancestors did the same as their descendants do now, lighting bonfire after bonfire in the barrens between autumn and winter. They would sleep beside the red dragon, their red-hot dreams buffeted by sand and wind into raw, but even so it was enough to keep everyone warm. They would wake up to a still burning bonfire, because the red dragon does not sleep. With a moment's rest, the red dragon could find respite from fatigue and pain by breathing in the dreams of the homeland, liquor and freedom rising slowly from the flames and into the sky. Today, Samhain approaches. The people flew the flames of the wood torn from nearby ruins, and have entirely forgotten the ancient leisure time that seemed to last forever. Put your hand on the fire. Look at the color of the flames on my hip. I'm a Terran, I tell you. I'm blessed by the red dragon. You think a spy couldn't pick the color of a lamp? Get on with it. May the red dragon be merciful. Oh, it doesn't even hurt too bad. Really? Look, you can barely make out the burn marks on my hand. So you're not a Victorian spy. But do you know of anyone else who hasn't undergone the trial yet? You, yes you. Have you burned your hand over there yet? Say something, will you? Enough fiddling with that broken knot of yours. Come with me. I'll take you there, just put the knot down. You hit me. My knot, you dared. Fine, keep your bloody knot. Just come with me to see if you're not a Victorian spy. The quiet resident stands up without a word, and heads towards the bonfire with shaky steps. The square has already descended into a complete chaos. Though half of it stems from suspicion and hatred, not too much frustration that have revealed no spies yet. The other half comes from the looks of despair and deathly silence. Until a faint sound of something dragged across the ground and rumbles in the distance. The sound grows louder and louder until it drowns out all the clamor and chaos. Everyone hears the sound of something massive slowly being dragged closer to them. That's the statue? Jesus Christ. I knew it was building a statue, but I didn't expect it to be that big. Holy crap. In a flash, every other sound fades, leaving only the shaking of steel and gears in its wake. Hidden in the human mist of the gigantic silhouette of an ice-cold statue. Forged by a hero, and still considered incomplete by the townsfolk, the statue of the Red Dragon's ancestor is presented to Tara. It arrives in the raging light of the dying sun, yet even so nearly manages to shroud the sky. The dragon statue came to life? No, that's Kulan. Kulan, are you here to help us find the Victorians too? He has to prove he isn't one first. Over here, Kulan. Listen, the fire won't hurt you as long as you're no Victorian. Are you deaf? Get over here already. Hold on, he dragged this giant statue all on his own. They finally noticed the iron chains wrapped around his arms, 1, 2, 3 times around, and that the statue's weight was resting on those wide yet mortal shoulders. The hero does not respond to his name and continues forward. The statue grinds down on him till it draws blood. His flesh is nearly rent asunder. His bones cry out in sorrow, and the heat presses on. The young hero walks ahead of the statue, unafraid of the disparity between the small statue and the gigantic structure. He takes one step, then another, each heavy and certain towards the open space in the crowd. He parks the statue in the square's empty center, and struggles to turn around before facing everyone before him. His steel skeleton bears an icy elegance, wings frozen in motion, craving for flight, in place as if it were meant to be there since the beginning. Stop, my brothers and sisters, before we kill any more of our own. For a moment, no one dares to respond. Hate and doubt both remain, as well as the pain that keeps everyone from advancing towards him like an army of walking corpses. The man before them is a hero. He protected Nansiyorosi. He dragged both blessing and curse all the way here, and the statue behind him laces his every word with an awe-inspiring weight. Kill our own. Who? Your burning hands was fired now. But what if your spy isn't found? He really dragged the statue here. What should we do? Should we interrupt him? Did our food not return to us? Is the war not over? Say there really was a spy. Why must an entire city gather here? Why must we hurt each other just to find one lowly spy? Let him finish. I'll say it again. The war is over. When it had just ended, my thoughts were simple. I'd wait for a smith better than myself to arrive, and learn a thing or two from them so I could repair what I had made myself. But no smith came, and I learned no skills. I took what you lot needed to live, and forged it into the statue. That was wrong of me. The Cersei is short of everything. Even an empty bowl is better put to catching rainwater than being cast to a shiny statue that does nothing but grow. And the food. I was so worried yesterday, so afraid that famine would put us past the point of no return. Maybe it was the Red Dragon's mercy. Maybe one of the AG pits had a good harvest. But the fact is, our food is back. And as long as we're alive, we can make it through this, am I wrong? But Theo is no longer alive. He's still feeling pity for that Victorian bastard. Yes, I am. When I heard of his death, I began to hate everyone in the city, myself included. You know better than any of us what the Victorians have done. I know that with the last of their strength, they leaned over and begged me to take him away. I hate you all. I even feel like taking revenge on any of you who sat back and watched them die. But revenge needs a reason, doesn't it? What's our revenge for then? To rob them just like they robbed us back then. And how do you suppose Natsuyori can manage to take even a single grain from the Victorians when we've already melted our access into the statue? We have to let those bastards feel the pain we went through. Yeah, just how I want to make you lot feel like what it's like to die alone in an alley. Our brothers, our sisters died so we could live. Why must we now throw our lives away just to make others suffer? Do you want us to love them then? To love those who stole our crops, killed our kin? No, of course not. No one needs to love their enemy. All I want is for you to love the living, to love yourselves. But I don't even need you to do that. I just have one question for you all. Tomorrow, when Samhain is over, once the shadow of war finally leaves us, what will you do? I wanted to finish the statue and carve my name on it, but now I want to find a better smith to teach me to fix up a prosthetic leg. I don't know what's with the fancy speech I was letting go on, but I don't care what happens tomorrow or about the war. I just want the Victorians dead. So if you're speaking for them, I want you dead too. Fine. Kulan swings the sledgehammer he used to forge the statue towards the dragon's head. However, he exhausts himself both in making and moving it, so with a moment's hesitation, the hammer does not come crashing down. The crowd even assumes it to be some sort of ritual, and for a moment does not react to his plan. Only when they realize Kulan intends to destroy the statue do even the most dreary of the living dead collectively howl and dash in his direction, surrounding him. Don't be foolish, Kulan. Nemosa's cry is drowned out by the crowd's yell, but Kulan's voice remains clear for all to hear. Lokshani thinks of rushing over to him, but the angry crowd blocks her path. She bites her lip and tries to open the path through the sea of people with both her flames and voice, shouting to attract their attention. Unfortunately, they act as if they have already lost their senses. Maybe they truly have, who can say? I'm going to destroy the statue, in order to return the lives it took from you. Destroy it, how dare you? I remember where each and every bone was forged from. I'll turn its spine back into accents and blades, its ribs back into bowls, its skulls into tables and chairs, and give them all back to you. Traitor, how could a hero like you betray us like this? And being unwilling to take someone else's livelihood makes me a traitor. And I was never a hero, but a traitor all along. Excuses. Excuses? I'll tell you who Kulan really is. He is no hero. He is a liar who hungered for fame. He claimed to have killed a squad of Victorian scouts in the dark woods, but it was not in the woods that he met those Victorians, but somewhere further away. They weren't even scouts, just a band of poor traitors, already trampled over by some army or other. He wanted to save them, but in the end he could only save one boy, a Victorian child. He didn't know what to do. Be it out of desperation or vanity, he decided to cut their heads off and tell his people they were scouts. That way he'd become a hero, the most prestigious person in town. He thought he could use that status for good. Raising the boy would become an act of mercy by the benevolent hero. You lied to us? Even this poor liar knew that he was still a blacksmith and thought he could learn his trade after the war. But you lot, what about you? You're not Kulan, you're a fake pretending to be him. Yeah, you're not Kulan, he's our hero, the man of steel who even a whole Victorian squad couldn't handle. Who the bloody hell are you? Huh. After dragging the statue all the way here from my workshop, how much longer do you expect me to live? Fresh blood gushed from Kulan's mouth and nose, as if he just uttered his last words. He bears an almost kind and expectant gaze as he looks at his compatriots surrounding him, hoping their faces will reveal an expression other than hate. But he feels as if his eyes only meet a sea of purple flames. The faces behind the fire are difficult to discern, as if they are restless dead he met in those ruins outside long, long ago. He looks into the distance. In the corner at the edge of the square he sees a tiny figure. He did not have time to look for Theo's corpse, but now it stares at him blankly, purple flames clearly visible around it. Theo, you too. This was all for naught. Kulan stumbles to his feet and picks up his hammer to swing. The crowd stares at him with dread, fearing that the hammer will fall on their heads, but they do not back down. Kulan uses the last of his strength. And with the utmost ferocity, he strikes the dragon's head. As a sounding of death knell. The hero's body collapses before the giant dragon, stunning the crowd as if they've lost something. Lo Shini's voice finally spreads as her fire burns like a sunset set aflame, but she fails to attract any attention. At the very moment, the statue suddenly bursts into purple flames along with Kulan lying quietly before it, sending the crowd reflexively into retreat. Within the fire, Kulan begins to pick himself up, while the giant statue extends its wings as if to fly away. Kulan gets fully to his feet. The dragon statue flaps its huge wings, lifts off, and lands on the empty pedestal in the center of the square prepared just for it. Oh. The crowd watches in complete silence, though whether out of shock or reverence is unclear. From the citadel come the faintly discernible sounds of footsteps, slow and late. Truly a shame that I missed the only hero left in the city. Well then, people of Nasayoshi, your hero has sacrificed his life for this statue. Nightfall approaches, so you still follow the Red Dragon's will. Then you will obey curfew and head home. Man, it feels bad, man. Kulan uses the last of his strength, and with utmost ferocity he strikes the dragon's head, as if sending a death knell. Quite the fan of Kulan, I see. A tragic ending, but your embellishments made it beautiful. You flatter me. I only met the blacksmith a few times. He was the first victim of the city's chaos, if you don't count Theo. Actually, I'm rather curious about something. The Dubineers who walked into the darkness, did they also bear the purple flames you mentioned? I'm sorry, but I couldn't say. Based on your story so far, I do not believe they would have. Corruption, smuggling, abuse of authority. They had many plans for the future. If you thought about it that much, you could probably come up with your own ending by now. But that was not the only incident to occur in the city. You said so yourself. He was but the first victim. Though, if you insist on ending this here, the Red Dragon was certain those infected by the flames of death could not be saved. And so, she declared to her people that the land would become Bess's domain, and they would become her followers, accompanying her on a journey towards death. The corpse-like masses no longer had the strength to either consent or refuse. That night, flames rose high into the sky, illuminating the fields, and since then, no one has ever seen the Red Dragon or her followers again. Ugh. What is it? Nothing. You can go now. There's obviously something. Since then, no one's ever seen the Red Dragon. Really? The author glances towards the tavern wall, covering the newspapers no one has touched. Today's paper is there too, with a photo of the leader gracing the headlines. It declares she is currently in Oak Grove for some ceremony or other. Also, accompanying her on a journey towards death. When did that happen? Stories are free to go where they please. Free, sure, but that doesn't mean we get to twist the tale beyond recognition and laugh it off. Why ever not? Because you and I, we're Terrans. Our stories will reflect us, no matter how distorted they become. Oh? You still regard yourself as a Terran? I've been a Terran since the very first time I read a line penned by Simeus Williams. Or Seamus Williams. Why else would I have abandoned the warm armchairs of the Cassius County Literature Salon and run all the way to Terra and become a... You still regard yourself as a Terran? An extremely ominous thought flashes through the writer's mind, but he immediately rejects it. He looks at the newspapers again. The papers report only facts, even if they are edited. So go ahead and ask, who sent you? I'm here under no one's order. As you put it, I'm simply an interested reader who wishes to help you piece together the truth. Can you prove it? Now there's a conundrum. That'll be simple enough to prove someone did send me, but the opposite? How do I prove someone's non-existence? The author takes another gulp of beer, despondently gripping his head. He knows it is too late to run. Is he being persecuted? But he can still turn things around. He just has to be clever about it. I mulled it over, and you're right. It's just a story. I suppose I was a tad nervous. Apologies. You do have quite a few unfinished tales as well. Perhaps we could join them together and find the ending truth. Find any truth to both Nasayoroshi as it was and the Tara in your heart. So if you're ready, then for the next story, how about we talk about the dance in the mirror? The dance in the mirror? What? No, this was not a matter of cleverness. As long as he is prudent and lets the shadow of the story cast by firelight rise and warp, he will definitely be fine. That was a longer one.
で
What
は
are these?
勝利の知らせを待っててくださいね。
In these weird woods, sometimes you'll find an empty shell left by certain kinds of fae. They always come in pairs too. The other empty shells over here. When an operator supported one, its twin will copy their range, but facing the opposite direction. The copy's attacks also deal burn damage. What? Make sure to use them when you find them. So in other words, I can do this.
I won't sleep on the job. 命令がお後をしません。
治療の準備を。
There you are. 命令がこのハルバードの鋭さはだけじゃありませんよ。Here I am.
I like the sound effect. Uh-oh.
よいしょっと。命令があれば従うまでです。
了解。
目標地点に There you are.
Oh, we kind of just grow, huh? Shit.
了解です。
It's a pretty cool mechanic. Does it copy the attack? 446.
Let's take it slowly.
Oh, I think it does. But, there's a bit of disparity because of, double mix silent.
Bathe in fresh blood.
Fuck, this sucks.
そうだ。
There you are.
早くゲームオーバー。クリア。
I don't have an operator. No. Gotta spread.
命令をしっかりしろ。
僕からこの戦いを止めたい。はあ。ここは安全です。
I think I didn't play the metal. Unfortunate. Jesus.
これでいいだろう。
はい。なんでしょうか。命令と経験だけに頼るものじゃないんです。
わかった。
Mission accomplished.
I don't think I got the medal.
Once there was a red dragon of
Oh.
pride who snubbed all companions, talking only to herself in the mirror from time to time. Once at Samhain, she was to host a grand banquet, and her mirrored self was to help. But the two could not appear together before the guests, or the reflection would perish. The reflection had no choice but to obey the dragon's will. She went and fetched the wakeman for the banquet. The wakeman rejected their invitation and told the reflection to desert. Still, the reflection returned to the lair on her own, only to find the banquet had already begun. The reflection hurried to hide in darkness beyond the bonfire. As the banquet went on, the guests somehow began to vanish, one by one. And the red dragon found and dragged her mirrored self out of the darkness, forcing the reflection to dance with her. The two kept dancing, so relentlessly that the reflection could not feel her toes. She asked for a little rest, but the red dragon was never satisfied.
It's so jarring to hear, like, actual text being read out in game. Can I just say that? Like for Arknights. Here, Lo Shiny, the book you wanted, the sequel to the Steam Knights adventures. Why, you ask? Do I need to read this for my beloved sister? But do you really need to read it? Do you really need to read a book you have no interest in at all, but feel pressured by others our age to read? Oh, look. Small. I do want to read it. Oh, I do want to read it. Didn't you tell your father you didn't want anyone asking you why a Victorian wouldn't enjoy stories about the Steam Knights? This book, that Dad asked you to buy it for me? Why do you ask? Because. How did you know? How did you know? You're backing away from me, Lo Shiny. Didn't you tell your father? I didn't want you to be scared of me like everyone else. No, if knowing what you told father is so scary, how about we dance together to calm you down, Dance? Really? Why not? With those words, Eblana gracefully extends her hand towards her sister. But in Lo Shiny's memories, even when her parents put on their favorite music, even when father shook his head to the melody, even when mother tapped her fingers to the beat, her sister would only sit perfectly still while bearing an icy smile. She had never moved her body to any tune, not even once. Once you could keep up with me, you'll no longer have to worry about any book, request, or even friends our age. The unopened night novel falls to the ground, and the pleasant new book smell is now drowned by muddy water. She was still young then. She never imagined that achieving her desires could feel so heavy and bitter. She only remembers stumbling, turning away, ignoring what was reaching out to her. A soft and cold hand. Lo Shiny. The crowd is gone. You need no longer to hide your identity. Do you still think of them as alive, even now? I want to know that every tyrant's heart burns with a similar flame, and that ever since our ancestors first met the need to the Victorians, that flame has never gone out. That goes for all the townsfolk, as well as those who follow me back here. They all have the same fire, except that theirs have never been tainted by the shade of death. What a wonderful analogy, Lo Shiny. Then let me ask you again, what will you do? Dye these flames in your own hue? I imagine you must have tried already. No matter who they are, once tainted by death, your flames can only render them into ash. So, I have a proposal, Lo Shiny. Kill me. And everyone in the city as well? If it bothers you how this will be recorded in history, then you can just say that I killed them, and that you merely lay them to rest. The people of Nasayorsi are still alive. Even if what animates their bodies is not life, but death. If they were truly devoid of even the faintest spark of life, they would have long since become one of those hollow, shambling corpses you have wandering about. Oh, they will. Eventually. No, they won't. I'd rather see the purple flames in them as a plague, once instigated by you. Then you plan to find a cure for it. That's right. I want to cure you of it as well, Eblana. How wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, that's absolutely wonderful. Did you not notice? You aren't trying to run from me anymore. You're trying to cure me of all things. Oh, that's nice CG. Come, dance with me, Low Shiny. The same dance I've always invited you to. The one you always ran from. That's cool. What did you say? I asked you to dance with me. But before to find the bar, be sure to pierce my heart with your spear. This plague is lethal, and there is no cure. I do not question your resolve, but your efforts will be in vain. You've run from your fate long enough. From Ciaros's fate, and ours too. It is not yet Samhain, but the boundary between life and death is more ambiguous than it has been in all of Terran history. Do you truly wish for Terra to become a kingdom of death? Loshani subconsciously turns her head away. The fierce purple flame will still rage in the skeleton the hero dragged all the way here. Kulan, not taken over by purple flames, briefly stands up before sinking back down to kneel. She cannot bear another look at him, so she turns her gaze back to her sister's eyes, and the hand she's been offered for so many years. It is unclear if it is her imagination or the side effect of the purple flames depriving everything they touch of vitality, but the hand before her seems so pale and bloodless compared to the one in her memories. We speak of a city and the lives of countless people, Eblana. You cannot sum this up as a matter as simple as fate. Are you finished? I believe we spent enough time talking past each other. Eblana. Oh, but feel free to continue if you so desire. I should wait here for as long as you need me to. But do not try to take too long. You can afford to wait. Yet that may not be true for others. You're right. You can afford to wait. But that may not be true for others. Alright, I'll dance your dance. Until one of us falls and can dance no more. But I will not follow your lead. Absolutely not. As you please. But you seem to have misunderstood something, my dear Low Shiny. The one who cannot afford to wait is standing before you now. Cannot afford to wait. Low Shiny scrutinizes her sister's face as she suddenly realizes something entirely unrelated to their conversation. The offered hand is indeed pale, and it is not just her imagination. Purple flames seem to weave together into an omnipresent cloak, giving Eblana her beautiful yet terrifying appearance. Yet they also fail to conceal the malady, which seems to consume her beneath her pale white skin. She shouldn't be like this. She was never like this before. Eblana, are you? Are you alright, sister? A smile spreads across Eblana's face, the same old ice-cold smile as always found there. This time, it seems to bear some warmth, but this only highlights her conspicuous paleness. I appreciate your concern, really I do. After all those apathetic partings and painful reunions, to only now hear you asking if I'm well, it has truly been so long. Incidentally, I really do want a dance with you. I will, once I find a way to heal you. Why is Reed's sprite a little more low quality? I noticed that. Very well, and I shall await you here. Is it insinuating that she's dead? Eblana strides towards the citadel. Her fists are so faint that they seem almost frail. Phew. Red Dragon, Nemos. There was no one at the gates when I got back. I thought something must have happened. What's going on in the square? Red Dragon, what's that? Though Shiny is holding a small box in her arms, the dim night lights seem to make it harder than usual to see. I couldn't save Kula and this was the only way for him to rest in peace, so he'd no longer have to suffer from the flames of the square. The nomad is silent for a long time, until she finds a stone on the ground. She hurls it with all her strength towards the citadel, but the darkness of the night swallows it up, and it fails to even make a sound. It's already past curfew. Nemos, Bridget, let's just... No. Nemos reaches out to the wooden box as if trying to brush non-existent dust off the lid. She suddenly recalls being rejected by her own people a few days ago, and the superfluous words she heard then. The Wakemen do not stand with the living, nor do we require their reverence, until of course they are dead. That is a tradition Dublin should be honoring. Still, I'm grateful you were at least willing to give me this whistle. I'll be going now. Wait, Nimbus, you know well that Samhain approaches and the Wakemen will be lacking sacred instruments, yet you still came? Did the Dubliners force you to? No, I came here on my own. Nimbus, you haven't changed one bit. You wait, mediate, and reconcile. Are you also like this in Nasirosi? Do you also serve the Red Dragon like this? I just don't want to see a situation that can be improved deteriorate any further, or people who have cooperated fighting each other. If conflict is inevitable, you will only ever sink deeper into the mire. The city has tainted you with its darkness, Nemos. So the leader, the Red Dragon. Eblana will never give Nasariosi true life. Is that right, Lo Shiny? She said she couldn't. She actually doesn't like to lie, unless there are other circumstances. She's the leader of Tara, the one and only Red Dragon. What could possibly be tying her hands? What's wrong, Nemos? You seem different. I get it. I finally get it, Your Highness, Lo Shiny. It seems that fire can, in fact, infect the living. Nemos. The people I once depended on turned out to be a swarm of selfish parasites. The leader I once believed in turned out to be an evil dragon who doesn't care if anyone lives or dies. The people I once put my life on the line to protect became the reason my closest friend died. I can't even imagine what they would have done to him if that wicked dragon hadn't lit him up with their flames. Kulen was right to ask what we would do once Samhain is over. What should I do? Other than revenge, there's nothing left for me either. As she utters these words, Lo Shiny sees the flame ignite within the final Nasiriosian left untainted by the purple fire. Your Highness, will you regard me the same as the rest of the residents, a servant of Eblana? No, this deadly disease, it has ultimately infected even the last person in the city. If so, Your Highness, then I swear to you that I will aid you in this dance that's been forced on you, until the very end, until the wicked dragon falls. I have heard your vow. Now I must leave the city for a while. Come with me, Nemos. To the Wakemen. I have no hope of carrying the flame here, so I thought we should seek aid from anyone who might be able to help. No, I can't go with you. I have no right to be there anymore. I'll stay in the city. As long as the Red Dragon doesn't realize what's going on and tear me apart, I'll try my best to keep the situation from deteriorating. Though, I'd appreciate it if you could return this whistle for me. And Kulan too. Please give him a proper funeral. A proper funeral requires eulogies for friends and family, so I'll write one. Can you read it for me there? Alright. Here, it's done. I'll go with Reed. The Dark Woods aren't letting anyone in or out, but it should be smoother with us too. No, Bridget, you should stay too. I need your help. Excuse me. Reed? I'll be fine by myself. That works, but Nemos, you're so different now. I guess this is what vengeance does to a person.
皆さんのご活躍、本当に目を見張るものでした。
Okay.
素晴らしかったですよ。
Alright. I think Should I go to 5 or? I don't know. I'm streaming. Almost 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. And I'll finish the rest tomorrow. Very interesting way to present the story. It seems to be like making it seem like a literal story, but I'm pretty sure like the actual things that happen. I'm assuming. I don't know. I guess we'll see once we get to the end of this. But yeah, I guess we'll see more tomorrow because there's like a lot of stuff going on. But anyhow, thanks to anyone who stopped by. Second half tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. Or 7 p.m. my time. And yeah, that being said, good night.